In this video, we're going to do interval practice with seconds and thirds. So I have a list of intervals here, and everything will either be a minor second, minor third, or major third. Before we start, let's just do a little reminder of the intervals that we've talked about so far. We have a minor second, abbreviated with a lowercase m2, and that's the equivalent of a half step. If this sounds confusing, go back and rewatch that intervals video where I start talking about major and minor seconds, major minor thirds. A major second, abbreviated with capital M2, that's the equivalent of a whole step. Again, we have to make sure these are seconds. A minor third, that's the equivalent of, you could think of it as a whole step plus a half step if you like. Or you could think of it as a major second plus a minor second. That's another way you could think about it. And we have a major third, and that's the equivalent of a whole step plus a whole step. Or you could think of it as a major second plus a major second, however you like. All right, we're going to start. The first line is on the bass clef, and we have the first three are melodic intervals, meaning they're coming one at a time. The first one, we're going from an A to a C. Well, the easiest thing to do is to say what the number is. 1, that's the bottom space. 2, 3, it's a type of third. Is it major or minor? Well, let's take a look. A to C, actually, it's be easier to see on this keyboard. A to C, that's equivalent of a whole step plus a half step. Whole step plus a half step, that's a minor third, lowercase m. How about this one? Well, this is going from a line to the space above. It's a type of second. And it's going from a D to an E. Here's a D to an E, or if it's easier to see it on this one, there's a D to an E. That's the equivalent of a whole step. So a whole step is like a major second. Hopefully it's starting to feel easier as we go. Here we have a G sharp to an E. Let's count the lines and spaces. 1, 2, 3. It's a type of third. And let's go ahead and try to figure out what that would be. Here's our G sharp, and here's an E. It's the equivalent of 1, 2 whole steps. I just realized you can't see that. That's the equivalent of 1, that's G sharp to F sharp, 2 whole steps. That's a major third, right? Whole step plus whole step, major third. Now we have two more intervals on the bass clef, and these are harmonic intervals, meaning they're being played at the same time. So the first one we have is a D flat to a B flat rather, look at the wrong clef, B flat to a D flat, and that is a third. We're going from a line to a line to the line next to it, that's a third. B flat to D flat, here it is. Let's use this keyboard so we can see. B flat to a D flat, that's a major second plus a minor second, or you can think of it as a whole step plus a half step, that's a minor third, lowercase m3. Last one for the bass clef, I have an E to an F sharp. It's a second, just one apart. Hopefully that part is getting to be really easy now. And E to an F sharp is a whole step or a major second. Hopefully, like I said, this is starting to get really, really easy. In fact, let's take a look at the treble clef, and let's just try this. If we can make it really easy, look at the first three, and let's just write the numbers for the first three and just knock that part off. The first one's a second away. The next one is also a second away. If you ever have a big worksheet to do, this is one way to do it if you like. And the last one is a third away, from a space to a space. Now let's get the details. C sharp to a B. You can check this on your own keyboard if you like. It's a major second. It's the same as a whole step. E to an F. That's a half step. It's a minor second. I'm going a little faster as we go because hopefully by now it's starting to get really easy. D flat to F. That's a third, right? And we already got that as a third actually. But it's a major third. It's the equivalent of 2 whole steps. Major third. All right, I have two last ones. These are both harmonic, meaning they're both being played at the exact same time. I have an A to a B flat, that's a second. And here I have an A to a C sharp, that's a third, right? Line to, space to a line, space to a space. This one is a minor second, A to a B flat. And this one is a major third. This is equivalent of 2 whole steps. Now before you go on to the next part where we talk about fourths and fifths, my recommendation is that you get really fast at doing this. It's one thing to know how to do this, but even better than that is you should be able to do this really, really quickly so you don't have to think about it very much. If you found that video helpful, please click the subscribe button below to find more videos just like it.